Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Max Manos. It is, as far as I can tell, it's an incremental clicker game. Start the game, start a new game. There we go. Incremental clicker game, kind of in the same vein as, I'm going to say Node Blaster, maybe. Welcome to Max Manos. In this game, you control Max Manos, a hand on a quest to destroy shapes, earn shards, upgrade abilities, and destroy even more shapes. To damage shapes, move Max Manos close to them, any shape colliding with the circle. Okay, we'll take damage. So it looks like we have a limited amount of time that we can be out breaking shapes. So very much Deep Space Cache and or Node Buster. Except for instead of health, it's just a timer-based setup, which I think is fine. I think I like the health management as a concept, but still. So we can try again, or we can go to the shop. So general upgrades, 150. Square. Adds an additional square to the game, shoots 2 bullets orthogonally upon destruction. Pretty sure I can't afford anything else. Yep. When shapes are destroyed, they drop shards. The game's currency. Move Max Manos close to the shards to collect them before they disappear. Use the shards to upgrade things in the shop. Yeah, so we have to make sure we collect the resources. I appreciate the fact that the shapes actually do damage. I think that's kind of an interesting way of handling potential cascade effects later on. Especially if we can get it to do even more damage. Okay, there we go. Go to shop. We got a little bit further than the last time. So additional triangle adds us another second. I don't know, just do another one of those. We will see. Destroyed shapes may shoot projectiles, can hit and destroy other shapes, can trigger chain reactions while shapes will destroy each other. Okay. I gotta be quick on the mouse here. Which is fine. It's interesting. Hopefully we can boost my pickup radius at a later date. Okay. Doing a little bit better. I don't really want the extra time, to be entirely honest. That might just be a me thing. Destroy enough shapes in a single round to fill the progress bar, and Max Manos will level up. Leveling up increases the shard multiplier, allowing them to earn more shards. However, shapes also gain more HP. Okay, so that's kind of a light prestige system. I'm enjoying the kind of jazzy, like, lounge music going on here. I do wonder if it's going to be one of those where it's not YouTube safe. I've had a lot of games recently reach out and contact me and it's like, oh, cover our game. And then I do the video on it and then I have to, like, wade through copyright issues. It's not really a big deal. It's mostly just a, like, oh, replace the music with my own. General and shapes. Reduce the respawn time of triangles. Well, I do have the money. Top left corner of the screen displays key information, remaining time, shards gathered in the round, and current level. Okay. Keep going with those. Right, the hand is the pickup radius, not the circle. The circle is my damage radius. I'm used to having a bigger pickup radius than my damage AoE. Okay, so I've got 200. So I can't... Well, I guess I can get another square. Shapes have their own slim chance to respawn as shadow shapes. These shapes can only be destroyed by Manos' direct attacks and are immune to projectiles fired by other shapes. There was more elsewhere, but eh. Grab these if I can. Didn't get it. That's fine. Okay, expands the range at which shards are automatically drawn. So let's actually snag that first. That's just going to give me a little bit more leeway. Yeah, I should probably try and put my mouse in the densest locations possible, just because. Areas that are going to have the most amount of, like, tack-on hits as I could manage. So let's grab Attraction. Because, yeah, bigger pickup radius means slightly less hunting down shapes and a little bit more fighting shapes. Maybe. Oh, the music got, it picked up. Here we go. Yeah. I got 400, so I could do more pickup radius, more space. But let's go with this. I think we want to do more damage, if we can. Also, Pentagon sounds interesting. Because I think it fires even more projectiles than the other ones. There we go. Oh, looks like we finally leveled up. Okay. Go back to the shop. I'd like to boost my damage, frankly. I guess I'll just grab another Pentagon. Yeah, the problem is I boosted all of the extra damage here. There we go. Okay, so we did get a multiplier. Let's just try again. Yeah, I boosted the amount of shards, or shard shapes that I'm blasting here. But I've not actually boosted the amount of shards that I'm putting, or not shards, damage I'm doing to them. So now that I've leveled up, I'm not actually chewing through them as fast as I'd like to. Okay, try again one more time. We want 500. Maybe I could have afforded something else, but figure that bonus damage is probably going to make the biggest difference here, at the very least. And then we just go back to maxing out the number of shapes that I've got, probably. Okay, perfect. So what else do we have? More hexagons, max attack radius. Oh, some of these are very good. Let's grab another triangle. Because I'd like this board to be as full as I possibly can get it. Okay, and that bonus damage feels pretty good so far. There we go. Ow. We've leveled up. Maybe it's fine. Do we get a hexagon? Sure. Looks like that might be the upper limit for now. This is a demo. So, like, there's a very real possibility that, you know, there's a lot of meta progression. Or, is it meta progression in an incremental game? There's a lot of progression options that are going to be somewhat lost here. Or unavailable to me, while the game is still in demo form. I like what I'm seeing, though. It very much uses the Node Buster formula in a satisfying fashion. Let's go for some more pickup radius. Yeah, I could go for the extra time, but I think literally the only incremental game I've seen that actually does the extra time well, in my opinion, is Deep Space Cache. Because that actually gave you a higher resource multiplier the longer you were running for. And I don't know if this benefits... like, if this has that at all. Not that it needs it. I guess I'll put 1 point in, just to see if it gives me more. And yeah, I could probably go for a couple of these shapes. Upgrades, but let's just max them out first. Maybe. More pickup radius might not be a bad move, but we will see. Hopefully the demo offers a decent amount of stuff and I just have to put some more upgrades in to unlock the next tier. I don't know. I like my demos beefy. Let's see. There we go. I don't know. It's one of those where, like, if I have a nice beefy demo that really sucks me in, it wildly increases my chances of wanting to actually play the game later. I'm trying to think of it, actually. Like, have there been demos where I was just like, nope, that's enough? I think I have, but it's usually in the case where the game is mediocre. But when it's, like, a good demo that actually feels like it's doing something special, oh, give me more. Okay, so that's all of the squares that we can make. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scale quantity. Considering, at least for the squares and triangles, it's cheap. And that increases the chances of cascade effects. Let's see. I'll get another one of those. Like, maybe we save up for the attack AoE. Might not be a bad idea. Here we go. Because that means I'll be able to hit several shapes at once, obviously massively increasing my potential DPS here. Yeah, so let's do 2 in a row. They're short enough. I feel like this game almost would benefit from, like, a somewhat dynamic soundtrack that, like, scales up in tempo the faster you're destroying shapes. A longer loop for sure. Okay, so we want to do bigger hands, bigger hands. It's not a huge AoE boost. No, it is. It's noticeable. Ooh. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so those shadow shapes are very worth pursuing. Get a bit more damage. Because yeah, if we have those shadow shapes in the future, I'm breaking them instantly. Well, instantly. As fast as I possibly can. Okay, snag those. 50? I don't know what that 50 meant. Oh, shapes destroyed. Okay, so let's go to shapes. Chance for square and triangle shapes to shoot a projectile upon destruction by 10%. Because that might actually be a really good idea, getting the squares and triangles to just start exploding a little bit more aggressively. There we go. Because yeah, we can get it to cascade much more aggressively this way. Oh, there's a square. Alright, there we go. That's a good money. Just do more damage. There we go. It's an interesting style clicker game. I'm glad it does not involve me actually clicking things. I actually do not like clicking in a video game. Obviously, I can use an auto clicker to kind of bypass the actual clicking aspects. But it just, that doesn't feel great either. Okay. Do we want to do bigger pickup radius? I don't know. It's a lot of incremental progress here. But that is why I play these games. You know, just the small little bits here and there. Well, it's not really giving me A-B options. The resources I'm gaining are so limited, and the money isn't scaling so exponentially that it isn't like, oh, buy everything. Can't do that. Let's just max out our triangles at this point. I guess there is a decent amount of music here. I think it just randomly sticks on one track and then resets. There we go. Shadow cube. I always want to go for the shadow shapes. Some more size. Nah, let's get some more shapes. Because I think just having more targets is going to be the big one. Because the more shapes we have, the more cascade effects we're going to have. The more cascade effects we have, the less I need to do. And it's better than having a maximum Manos, in fact. Okay. It means I should probably go back. Oh, you know what? Yeah, now that we've maxed out squares and triangles, we should go max out their tendency to fire projectiles. Here we go. It's also really satisfying hearing them cascade pop. Okay, ghost shapes. Boost the strength of projectiles fired. Yeah, let's just boost these two. Because they both cap out at 5. I don't know what that puts the eventual chances up to. Because I don't know what the base chance is, but it's still a roughly 20% bonus. Which seems like it's got some options. No, I'm not going to be able to get that. Yeah, it's... just go for big projectiles. Or many projectiles. Might also want some more pickup radius, all things considered. Yeah, let's just make sure we don't lose too many of our little shapey bits. Game is the video game equivalent to avoidance training. I'm not necessarily going to claim that I was having a bad day, but I was kind of glum right before I recorded this, and it's just like, nope, this is just that like little bit of endorphin. Oh, I know what it is. It's like a little bit of just endorphin generation. It makes my lizard brain happy. Or maybe my dog brain. It's kind of hard to tell. But, you know, there's just the bright shapes and small upgrades. Let's go for that. Do we want to boost the strength by a smidge? Sure. Increase the chance for projectiles fired by... Ooh. We'll also drop shards. Pretty good combo set there. But yeah, what was I going to say? So I was kind of having a bit of a glum day. Not like a hugely bad one, but it was one of those where it's like, it snowed last night at 3 a.m. and I love snow. I love snowy days. But I like being able to go out and walk in the snow. It's nice to wake up and see that you've gotten like a bunch of snowfall from the previous day. Just to kind of see. But I like going out on walking on like a snowy day. Ooh. Honestly, not as good. But it's okay. Let's see. But yeah, so I woke up and I was just like, oh, the snow's gone. Well, I mean, it's still there, but it's not like coming down the way I want it to. Let's see, 99. Let's get another hexagon. And now we're up to circles. Okay, so there is more. Combo with, like... I probably talk about this at least somewhat often, but my inbox is kind of a danger to my mental health. I just get so many emails that I quickly feel like I have no control of my life. And yeah, I'm being a little bit melodramatic, but when you wake up... Like, imagine if you had a planner or a to-do list, and every day you woke up and some assholes added, like, 6 more things to it. Except for it's not 6, it's 30, and half of those are just, like, considering whether or not you want to cover... Well, okay. Very much like, I get 30 emails and it's like, hey, cover my game, cover my game, cover my game, cover my game. And like, I'm already like neck deep in games that I've already kind of committed to covering in some way, shape, or form. And so all of these extra emails are just like, oh, do I have to put this to the front of my list? And like, it's not strictly bad, but like, okay, no, some of them are. Some of them are expressly like terrible, or just like not a good fit. So like, I will just get random contacts from developers being like, cover my sports game, even though you've never covered a sports game before. Cover my crypto betting game. Cover my thinly veiled scam. You know, stuff like that. And it's one of those where like it quickly just results in me losing it a smidge. Do I want to go back to this? I could. Let's actually go for that. Maybe a little bit of shard generation. But yeah, the consistent problem with so many of these things is just that I have to spend, you know, 30 minutes to an hour of every day just reading emails. And they're not like ones that I'm excited for, but I have to, because if I don't, I miss something. You know, a contract that was sent over and then buried by a gazillion garbage emails, or, you know, a game that I'm actually interested in that I don't recognize the title of. And so I get so many of these emails all the time. And yeah, I can't exactly take the day off because it keeps showing up. It's kind of the equivalent of, how many of you have seen the, I think it's like an I Love Lucy scene where she's trying to assemble like cakes on a conveyor belt or something. Maybe it wasn't cakes, maybe it was sandwiches or cupcakes, or I forget what it was. She was assembling something on a conveyor belt. And I'm going to give myself a little bit more time. I was really hoping that would unlock something new. It seems to imply that there's something below it, but I might actually have to finish it off entirely. Maybe. But that's kind of how I feel about managing my inbox. But I can't have anybody else do it, because then I have no idea what games I'm covering or what games I'm being sent. And yeah, I can't take time off from reading my inbox because, oops. Chances for shapes to just drop an extra shard. It's only a little bit, but hey, it'll probably pay out eventually, especially with the right number of upgrades. Because yeah, if I take any amount of time off, oopsie, I've missed like 70 different emails, and one of those was like, hey, here's a key for Monster Hunter. Oops. You know, can't do that, so I have to keep reading all these emails all the time. And it makes it kind of frustrating. Because it's like the one aspect to my work that I can't just be like, yeah, I'm just going to take the day off from. Because everything else, you know, I can pre-record a week's worth of videos and then like be fine. You know, you guys won't notice. I have a week's worth of videos out for you all to enjoy. It's kind of what I'm doing here. Of like, I'm going to want to go on vacation at some point later this year, and having, you know, 20, 30 videos just banked up beforehand. It means I don't have to worry about going away, because, hey, you know, the channel will persist while I'm gone. Do I want to just go for some more strike size? Sure. And so, yeah, having just like a really massive list of games that I can easily rely on to, you know, just hold the channel up while I'm away. It makes my life a lot easier. But yeah, I can't do that with emails. So, my favorite time of the year is like December. Not because Christmas. Like, Christmas is nice, but nobody sends me emails in December, and it's just so nice. It's one of those where I can just like kick back and relax and, you know, do whatever I want and not have to worry about like, oh, you know, 70 different emails from like sponsors or scammers or both. I mean, it's always both. And then almost always, like, by the time I'm done with managing and reading all these emails, it's like, oh, I also then have to go do paperwork for things, and I start getting neurotic. And so playing this instantly made me forget about all of those emails. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Let's go back. What is this? Value of shards dropped by square and triangle shapes by 1 when destroyed. Why did I not notice that earlier? Oh, that's a massive boost. Oop. We might still want to work on pickup range more than anything else. Maybe. Yeah, so this means to some degree I want to aim for squares and triangles if I can. Huh, didn't actually get me as much as I would have expected. Let's just do another one. Well, like, it's probably not good to just use video games as escapism, obviously. But it is one of those where it's like, it really does help, even if temporarily. Because after I'm done with this, I'm actually going to be in a better mental state so I can sit down and do paperwork. And I don't know, it's one of those kind of odd things I think about somewhat often. You know, I'll be sitting down to, ooh, 4,000. Oh wait, no, of course, because I already banked up a bunch. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's up to value 5 too. Nice. Okay, keep grabbing those resources. So that means normally each of the bits is only worth 3. So increasing the value by 1 wasn't as huge of a benefit as, like... that didn't help. Okay, max that out. No, let's max that one out. I want these guys to be shooting as many projectiles as possible. Popping each other left and right. Does mean I'm gonna have to run around just harvesting shards off of them, but I think that's fine. There we go. It's going to take a little bit getting up to that monetary level, but still. Okay, let's boost the strength of them. I'm going to go for that. And then, yeah, let's get a circle. What's this? Adds 1 additional shape to the game. Shape does not shoot as a projectile upon destruction, but drops more shards than regular shapes. Okay, sure. I do really appreciate that every shape added doesn't actually have more health. It just does something different. One thing that Deep Space Cache did was like, oh, every new color was like tougher. And so like after a certain point you were just actively ignoring the lower value ones because it wasn't that good. Whereas in this one, there's actually a value add to hitting the older structures. Triggers explosion every 7 seconds, damaging shapes, dropping shards. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's forge ahead for a little while, see what kind of weird stuff that I can possibly get. Okay, so that was the shape. It's kind of a dewdroppy thing. Okay. Decent amount of shards. Do we get explosion? Sure. Lightning strikes. Every 7 seconds. Ah. So it's just randomly on the screen, I think. Oh, it's the square. So we might want to have my game timer be roughly at the 7-minute mark. Or not 7-minute mark, but every 7 seconds. If I can intentionally get up there. Plus maybe a little bit. Okay, another extra value shape. I don't actually know if that's worth investing in. I mean, I guess it's good. It's something extra to break. I'd rather still have more regular shapes first and foremost. Okay. Do we get the pentagon up? We'll keep working on the extra time. So 24 seconds. Yeah, the problem is the longer it is, it's not like there's any reason for me to stick around. The only benefit for a longer run is to increase my experience gain, which is good. I'm not seeing a whole lot of these shadow shapes spawning. I should see if I can, at some point, increase the chances of that happening. Let me see. Problem is, shadow shapes are tanky. And some effort. What does this star resource mean? Actually, not sure. There we go. I get another circle. That gets me a star and a hexagon. Yes. Just keep going for more shapes. There we go. I wonder if there's ever been like a tool-assisted speedrun for one of these incremental games. I could imagine a to-the-core speedrun would be nutty in a very funny way. Alright, what do we have? Do we get another one of those? Let's get a star and a hexagon. The more shapes I've just got in the mix, the better. The other thing we could potentially just hyper-focus on is just raw damage. But I don't actually know if that's worth it. Because I think the price scaling on bonus damage is, like, fairly high. Okay, what do we want to do? Yeah, Circle, Star, and Sparkle. Yeah, it seems like it's kind of the same value proposition, or same effects for each of them. Okay. I was hoping I could keep investing in the ability of, like, triangles and squares to fire off their effects. But alas. Well, in that case, maybe just more shards? Admittedly, I think the pentagon... Oh, but because it was on the bottom, it actually went for the top. That's nice. There we go. 3,000, yo. Do we want more star? No, probably damage. Oh yeah, that makes a huge hit. Because this means I can kind of just wiggle my mouse around the screen kind of quickly and wipe out most things. Of course, just in time for the, you know, me to level up and make everything tougher. Okay. Get a bit of pickup radius? Sure. I'm gonna be having this many shapes getting blasted. I should probably prep for that. It worked out. Yeah, that bonus shape that's worth resources but doesn't pop is, I mean, it's good, but I think it's no different from most of my squares and whatnot. Okay, increase total time by 2%. The problem is, I don't like the longer runs because they start to drag on a little bit. If there was a resource multiplier that scaled with time or something, that would very much incentivize sticking around. But it currently doesn't have that. Okay, well, we leveled up, so that gets me some things. Yeah, what does this do? More frequently, deal more damage, and drop shards. Tempting. Sure. I just don't know how frequently it can get up to. Like, how much faster is more frequently? Because I can't imagine it goes down by a second with every single one of these. Also, my pickup radius huge now? Yeah, it's pretty big. Okay, it looks like Sparkle might be the dead end, at least for the demo version. Let's see. I swear I've heard this music before. Ooh. I wasn't feeling the hexagon nor the pentagon as much for their abilities, but the star, though. I dig the star. Zach will get me something else. I don't know. I don't know what optimum is. Let's see. So maybe I should go down the star tree a little bit. Maybe get some upgrades on it. I think the main problem is it's going to cost a lot to max the stars out. And not a single shadow shape. That's okay. 3,000 still decent. Oh. I guess I should actually just save up for gilding. Because I didn't realize it, but yeah, I can still put points into that. It's just expensive. But expensive just means save up for it a little. If possible. Here's another shadow shape. I'm hoping we get an upgrade that increases the quantity of shadow shapes. I mean, no, that's a dead end, though. All of these are. I don't know if that was really the right call. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the upgrade trees behind the spawn rates for each of these shapes, most of it is pretty basic stuff. Just more projectiles, more value, faster respawn, obviously. Let's see. More gilding. One problem is, for whatever reason, I think maybe the repetition is getting to me a little bit. It's one of those that I'm only able to buy like 1 or 2 upgrades per round, which actually is kind of surprising. Most incremental games eventually hit some level of exponentialness, so you're buying upgrades left and right, but this one actually keeps it pretty close to the chest. Let's see. Do we get a sparkle? Sure, let's get a sparkle. Don't know where the sparkle is going to be. Oh, there it is. Seems fine. Okay, smack the rest of these. Yeah, I don't think there's any particular strategic depth at this point. Just search for density, break density. I hope you make enough money. Get another sack, a mega shape. That drops a large number of shards when destroyed. Sure. Unfortunately, I think this also means we've seen everything that there is to see in the demo version. then it's just more of an aspect of more. Which is still good. I'm hoping I know for a fact the full version of this does go considerably harder with at least a number of its upgrade trees and options. I like the passive things like the lightning bolt and the... Want to go for this? Maybe. Yeah, because I can increase the spawn rate on that. These are too expensive. I think I'll just go for both of those. Because yeah, the faster the spawn rate, the more these things are going to pop on their own anyway. So does the particle fire out moons? Okay. But yeah, I like the idea of the passive abilities, but I kind of almost wish that I had a little bit more build control over it. As silly as it sounds, like, I'm thinking of Path of Exile or some other games where, you know, you're not just focusing on summoning and magic and hitting things. You're kind of building around one or two specific ideas. And like really focusing on those. And the one problem I do have with a lot of incremental games, not all of them, but a lot of them, is that rather than giving you those options, you very much are just stuck with everything instead. And like, oddly enough, having that limitation goes a very long way at making the game feel more expressive. I know I've talked about this is the player agency argument once again, but it really does matter. And so, like, I like the idea of those TNT explosions, but it's not like I feel like it doesn't feel like I can build around it. I can max it out and that's it. But it would be kind of cool if I was just passively creating extra explosions on the screen, and I could really sink a bunch of points and time and energy and interest into that sort of thing. But who knows? Maybe that's going to be a thing in the full version, prestiging, or who knows what. Norp Apolog did a really good job of it. Rather than having like a ton of options, you only had a handful, but those handful made a difference. 2 extra seconds of total time. I don't know. It's fine. It's just, I want something that like spawns up shadow shapes. I don't need extra time. I just want more cascade death. Also want a nap. I don't know why, but I'm suddenly just like extremely bushed. Just absolutely getting to me. I mean, it's good though. I have to get up early tomorrow, and so me being tired and needing to go to bed early, so I'm not like nodding off, well, it's just a good thing then. I really hope the soundtrack is copyright kosher, because it's bumping. Oh. Yeah, no kidding. The vocal bit just popping in once just to surprise me. Alright, so far so good. Yeah, did we get another sparkle? Nah. I think we could use some damage. Just because. I like seeing it when these shapes start popping off where I'm not. Because it gives me, well, I mean, it gives me something to go collect, but it also means that I don't have to work as hard, question mark. You know what? But I'm gonna go for the Omega shape. There it is. Huh. Breaking this sucker is some effort. I mean, yeah, it drops some extra. We definitely need the damage, though, for dealing with that sucker. Because, yeah, if it's going to be that beefy, we need to be able to take it out in reasonably short order. Otherwise, we are not going to make any resources. Let's focus on it for a moment. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to break that thing. Well, on the flip side, we made a lot of money from it. Let's do a little bit more damage. Because if I can get my damage scaled up really high, hopefully we can pop it quite quickly. There we go. The other hope is that I can just, like, passively wave my mouse through. And just destroy things somewhat casually in, like, a hit or two. It seems to be mostly working. There we go. The extra size is going to help too. Even if it doesn't feel like it's that huge. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I still haven't seen anything that scales up how many shadow shapes I get. Which is interesting, because it feels like that would be a really fun thing to kind of build around. I don't know, do we get at least one lightning? Sure. Just because. I just gotta make sure that I'm not dropping too many shards, or leaving them behind at the very least. Okay, so what is further upgrades? Increases the number of shards. Okay. I think we'd want to just save for damage. It only takes like 2 rounds to get enough points to boost my damage. Yeah. Is this sucker worth it? It always seems like a massive time and expenditure. Kinda. More damage, and fine, I'll get another hexagon. On the plus side, the bonus damage really does mean I can chew through these things kind of quickly. Might mean we level up, though, and it kind of nullifies the gains. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna level up. You know, I don't actually know how much that improves things. Or makes things worse for me. Let's just go more damage. Okay, snag that. Yeah, the main, I think, unfortunate thing of the current demo format version is very much that just this is ooh. Yeah, didn't get it. Still made a lot. Ooh, 20,000 for the next one. Okay, so we might want to invest in other things. But yeah, the current demo form, I've kind of seen everything that there is to see, which is the one downer. Okay, snag some of those. Grab the goodies. Yeah, it really seems like if I get a shadow shape right next to it, we make a ton. So that is more frequently, does more damage, number of shards. I think I'm just going to go for the size. Because I'm not going to be able to boost my damage at this point. Let's see. Snag everything as I go by. Ooh. Yep, the circle explosion is extremely good. Yeah, do we want to do a little bit more pickup radius? A little bit more shard drop? Yeah. I've been kind of focused on some more expensive things, and so some of the cheaper upgrades I can buy larger quantities of. Up to a point. Okay, break the Omega. Once the Omega is broken, everything else kind of can be focused on. Okay, do we want more? That's the value, though. I guess what I need is just more circles, stars, and diamonds. I don't know. Either that or we just focus on the lightning. Ooh. Okay, credit where credit is due. The hexagon, I think, is quite good. Yeah, maybe what I should do as far as damage scaling is mostly go for the lightning and explosions. Just because more lightning, more bonus damage? I don't know. I mean, that is what it is. This is just the question of time versus money versus other things versus, like, I don't know, have we seen enough? It is the one struggle with the demos, is that, like, I'm really digging this so far, but I'd have to see that the full version of this game has, like, a much larger progression system to really keep my interest long term. You know, if it's just, like, twice or 3 times as long as this, I think it'd be fine. It just does feel a little slow. But maybe part of it is I just need to go back and really focus on getting all those shapes in. Because I'm sure if this screen was just absolutely riddled with things to break, it'd probably be easier to get large quantities of money and levels. And problem is, it's freaking slow. Alright, well, I think I'm going to stop here. Because, yeah, I think the main thing is so much of this is designed around the idea of the longer main experience with a lot more options. And right now I'm kind of hitting this weird grind loop doldrum where there isn't more options for me, and therefore I'm probably missing out on some progression systems that make it a little bit more exciting past this point, that right now we're feeling diminishing returns. But once those diminishing returns have been kind of leveled out by introducing new parallel systems and new things to upgrade, I think the game is going to feel considerably better. And I'm looking forward to that. For now, though, I guess I might as well mention that the Max Manos demo is available on Steam, so if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. It's a goofy little incremental game, very node busters-y, but in a good way, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing more of later. For now, though, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. Well, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.